It's great to see you again today. I'm looking forward to us practicing our upper back yoga session. We'll strengthen this area of our body, open up through areas supporting it, and release some tension as well. Standing at the front of our mats, we'll begin by circulating some energy in our middle and upper spine. Let's step our left foot back about 2 to 3 feet, allowing your left foot to angle out slightly. Keeping that back foot strong, both legs straight. On our next breath in together, we'll sweep our arms up, palms facing forward, as our right knee begins to bend in alignment with our ankle. Arms staying close to our ears. We lift through the crown of our head and exhale, slowly releasing our arms back down to our sides as we straighten up our front leg. Let's move to our own breath a couple more times. Inhale, lifting arms up, front knee bends, chin and gaze slightly lifted. And exhale, lowering back down. From here, let's place our palms of our hands behind our pelvis, fingers pointing down as we roll our shoulders back, lift our chest skyward. Let's take a few breaths in our gentle back bend, bringing awareness to the sensation of your breath, opening up your front body. Great. We'll pivot and repeat on our second side. Opposite foot facing forward, back foot strong, pushing away from the earth. Slowly rise our arms up on the next breath in as our knee bends forward. Our chin and our gaze slightly lifted. And exhale, mindfully lowering back down, repeating at a pace that feels comfortable for you. And now, with both feet pressing down into the earth, placing our palms of our hands behind, rolling our shoulders back, gazing upward. Feel the sensations of each breath. Step our back foot forward. We'll take a moment now to relax our upper body in ragdoll pose. Feel free to widen your stance, bend your knees as deeply as is comfortable for your body. And once you feel comfortable, we'll bend our body forward. You can either rest your hands onto the floor, or you can grab a hold of opposite elbows. We'll let go of tension for a moment as we relax all the way down. Taking a few more breaths in your ragdoll pose. Allowing any tension to melt away. Feeling your shoulder blades relax away from each other. Beautiful. I encourage you to bring awareness to each vertebrae as we come back up to standing, rolling our spine back up. And back to mountain. We'll move now into five-pointed star to help realign our spinal column and open up through our chest. Let's step our feet wide apart. Raise our arms to shoulder height. Feet will rest below our wrists. Activating through our legs and squeezing our thighs, tucking our tailbone under. Legs strong. Let's roll our shoulders back. Lift upwards through the crown of your head. And begin to expand through all directions. Lifting up outwards through your fingertips. Pushing down through the earth. Opening through your front body and lifting. Let's take several breaths, expanding our entire body in five-pointed star. Feeling the stability through your legs, the lift through the crown of your head, and stretch to either sides. Five-pointed star. Let's now angle our feet outwards about 30 to 40 degrees. Our thighs and knees will follow, while we're also strengthening and stretching through our lower body here. We'll also be elongating through our spine, and the twist will give an additional realignment in our spine. So as we bend our knees, following the angle of our feet, as we bend our knees, we'll be stretching and strengthening our lower body while also elongating through our spine. The twist will help to restore our spine's natural range of motion. We'll gently hinge forward from our hips, resting our hands just behind our knees. Take a deep breath in, lengthening through our spine. Next, exhale, you'll gently twist through your upper spine. On your next in-breath, we'll return back to center, spine long, and exhale, bringing it to our second side. We'll repeat that a couple more times, being mindful of initiating our twist by utilizing our abdominals and not as much with our hands pushing onto our legs. So breathing in and exhale, releasing into your twist, activating your abdominal muscles. Back to center on your next in-breath, and exhale, release. We'll try that once more. You're doing great. Spine long on your breath in, and exhale, twist. Back to center and returning to mountain. We'll lower ourselves down to seated postures now. Now that we're seated, hips resting above our heels and our feet relaxed, we'll move into an upper spine flex. Less strain on your knees. You can also come to the seated position by placing a rolled blanket in between. Placing our hands onto our thighs, straightening up through our elbows. On your next breath in, lifting your spine and your chest forward. On your next out breath, let's focus awareness on our mid-back all the way up through our shoulder blades as we begin to slump our spine and roll our shoulders forward. Bring awareness to each vertebrae flexing here. Great. Breath in, lifting spine back up, rolling shoulders back. Let's flow a couple times in and out of our upper spine flex. Exhale, arcing your back, shoulders forward, chin towards your chest. Bring the awareness to each vertebrae, flexing, breathing in. Chest rises forward. And exhale, releasing back down. Deep breath in. And release. We'll move into tabletop to come into thread the needle. Next posture will help to increase flexibility and mobility in our upper back. Also, since we'll be resting the side of our head and shoulder onto the floor, if for any reason it does not feel comfortable or we can't quite reach the floor, I invite you to have a rolled blanket by your side for extra support. From all fours, we'll lift our left hand towards our heart on the next breath in, and then sweep it up and away. And on your next out breath, with your palm facing up, we'll thread the arm under. Continue to slide your arm under your body and extend it past the side body. Here's where the blanket can come in handy for you as you lower your left shoulder and your left ear onto the ground. With every breath, inviting the sensation of deep opening as well through your neck, shoulders, and arms. If you'd like additional sensation and opening through your chest, you can lift your right arm up towards the sky, or even hug your torso. Otherwise, it can rest by your side. A couple more breaths as you build flexibility through your upper back here. Next breath in, pushing away through your right hand and returning your left back to all fours. Great. We'll repeat that on our second side now. Next breath in, hand towards your heart, sweeping it upwards, and then exhale, palm up as you thread it under your body, below and beyond your left arm. And again, resting your right ear and right shoulder this time onto the floor or onto a rolled blanket. Let's breathe into the deep opening here. Feel free to even shift around your left arm above or upwards. Feel free to play around with what feels best for your body. Couple more breaths here. And lifting up on your next breath in. Feel free to move into child's pose or follow along to pause in downward dog by tucking your toes under and lifting your hips up towards the sky just to reset through our spine. Pushing your palms away from the earth. A few breaths here. And possibly even adding in any additional movement that feels comfortable for you. And then we'll lower our knees back down and we'll lower our bodies down onto the floor. Just taking a moment to pause. One hand can rest on top of the other, or fists. From here, we'll move into Sphinx posture. Aligning our elbows underneath our shoulders. Sphinx is a supported way to build strength in your upper back. We'll press into the tops of our feet and lengthen our tailbone down towards our heels. With forearms pressing onto the floor, we'll gently press our chest forward. Actively taking several breaths here in Sphinx, gently lifting through the crown of your head. Slowly lower back down. We'll continue to strengthen our upper back by coming into locust. Let's sweep our arms behind us, palms down. Let's lengthen our tailbone away towards our heels, pressing our pelvis down towards the ground. On your next breath in, using the strength in your upper back, let's peel our arms, shoulders, and torso up off of the floor. Back of your neck long and gazing downward. We can move in and out several times with the flow of our breath. And then if you'd like to, on your next breath in, holding your locust posture for several breaths. Feeling the strength in your upper and middle back as you push away through your heels and down through your pelvic bone. Beautiful. Lowering back down to pause. And now let's take a stretch, shifting arms forward. Feeling the entire length that your body's capable of by reaching above and pushing away through your feet. Draw our hands towards either side, lifting our bodies up. We'll come into child's pose. While in our child's pose, we'll come into a side stretch to release the muscles between our ribs. With our big toes touching, you can widen your knees to a distance that feels comfortable for your body. Otherwise, they can remain together. Stretch our arms forward. And from here, we'll walk our fingertips and our arms over to the right. And tuning into where you feel the sensation. Feel free to maintain a shoulder width apart between your hands, or for increased sensation, you can even rest your left hand on top of your right. We'll remain here for several breaths. Breathing into the side body, allowing your body to sink down with every out-breath. Breathing in, returning back to center, and then bringing it to our second side, walking our fingertips and our arms to the left. Placing your hand on top of the other if you'd like. Deep breaths here. Feeling and breathing. And we'll walk back to center. And return to seated. Wrapping up with several shoulder shrugs. Breathing in, shoulders lift up towards your ears with your spine long. And exhale, releasing down. And a couple more times. Feeling the release as you lower down towards the earth. Now we'll move onto our backs. Bending legs forward, maybe giving them a bit of a shake. And then we'll slowly lower our bodies down. We'll move into a supine twist from here. Bending our right knee in on our next in-breath, hugging towards our chest. We begin to twist our knee to the opposite side. Our left leg stays long. Feel free to add a blanket or a block to rest your knee onto. Arms extending to either side, allowing our right shoulder to rest as closely onto the earth as possible. Let's turn our gaze towards our right fingertips. We'll remain here for several breaths in our twist. We'll return back to center. Lower our right leg down, left knee bent. Hugging in towards our chest. Pushing through your right leg. Let's begin to slowly lower our left leg down. Arms coming to a T and allowing the left shoulder this time to come in contact as closely as possible to the earth. Gazing towards our left fingertips. And back to center. Hugging both knees in Gently massaging our back, possibly circling around as well. And coming into our relaxation pose. Legs extending out, arms relaxed to either side of your body. Allowing your facial muscles to relax completely. Head, neck, and shoulders yielding to the gravity down towards the earth. Arms letting go of any tension. Hips sinking. Legs and feet completely relaxed, resting comfortably onto the earth. Allowing your whole entire body to let go. Feel free to remain here as long as you would like. Thank you for devoting your time to your practice with me today.